Now at 6 o'clock, a Christmas Eve crash kills 4 people in eastern Kentucky. Firefighters were able to rescue a man from his burning central Kentucky home. And a Kentucky man talks about the minutes leading up to a tornado toppling his home.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and Merry Christmas to you out there. I'm Sean Moody filling in on the anchor desk this morning. 6 a.m. on your Christmas, and it feels a little bit more like springtime than Christmas Day out there. Let's check in with Mike Linden over in the First Alert Weather Center.
Well, Sean, we are certainly looking at a spring-like weather pattern right now, moving its way back into Kentucky. We are looking at heavy rainfall and lightning moving in from our west. Of course, right now moving through the Bowling Green area, beginning to work its way now onto the Bluegrass Parkway and east toward Lexington. Give it about another hour or so, and you're really going to start to hear something on your rooftop. Nope, it's not Santa Claus. It's more than likely going to be some heavy rainfall out there. A flood watch in effect until Saturday morning for any of the counties listed here in this green color. That includes spots like Garrett County, Madison County, Laurel County, Pulaski County, and eastern Kentucky counties as well. That's going to continue to be the case until Saturday morning. That doesn't mean we're done with the heavy rain then. More of it on the way. Looks like we will end 2015 on a wet and wild note. I'll take you through the next few days coming up.
Mike, thank you. Tough way to wake up, especially on Christmas Day. An early morning fire forced several people out of their homes this morning. The fire started around 2:30 inside an apartment building on Cambridge Drive off For Sales Road. WKYT's Mike Byer is live now to explain what firefighters think happened. Good morning, Mike.
Dozens of families are now back in their apartments this Christmas morning after a fire forced them to evacuate. The fire happened at around 2:30 a.m. as we mentioned early this morning at the Cambridge Place apartments here on Lexington's west side. Now, when first responders tell us when they arrived on scene that they located a fire coming from a first floor apartment unit, firefighters say that fire started because of a furnace. As a result, the apartments where the fire started and the one directly above it received significant damages. The 2 families living in them, as well as dozens of others, had to be evacuated while firefighters put out the flames, which they say they were able to put out in minutes. Meanwhile, no one was hurt, and firefighters tell us a big reason for that is because the apartments had working smoke detectors. Now, Columbia Gas remains on scene as they're doing their protocol, getting the gas turned back on, which firefighters say they had to turn off while they were battling the flames. Meanwhile, the 2 families whose apartments were directly affected by the fire are being taken care of by the property owners. For now, live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. Sad news out of Floyd County this morning. 4 people were killed in a 2-car crash. It happened last night on Highway 114 near Prestonsburg Elementary School. Investigators say a 5th victim was taken to the hospital. We don't know that person's condition this morning. Police say one of the cars caught fire in that crash. They've not released any of the names. New on WKYT this morning, state police are looking for the driver involved in a deadly hit and run. The Christmas Eve crash happened in Wolfe County on Kentucky 191. State police say 32-year-old Jamie Robinson of Campton was hit and killed. They have not released any details about the driver responsible. Firefighters likely saved a man's life by rescuing him from his burning home. Last night's fire was on Heritage Drive, just north of downtown Nicholasville. We're told a newly recruited firefighter actually ran up to the 2nd floor of that house and rescued the man who was unconscious.
They dragged him out of there.
They laid him on the ground and they're trying to revive him until the paramedics got here, but then the house started just rolling in smoke.
That victim was taken to UK Hospital. He was the only person inside the home. 3 other people live there, but they're out of town. Neighbors say this is an especially difficult time for something like this to happen.
Devastating on, Christmas Eve, they got family and stuff, so tomorrow things are going to be definitely different for them. It's just a devastating thing to happen to somebody on Christmas Eve.
Firefighters are still trying to figure out exactly what caused the fire, but they do say they think it was an accident. A man now faces charges for a crash in Clay County that killed 4 people and an unborn child. Jason Gibson is charged with 4 counts of murder and fetal homicide. Police say Gibson was driving under the influence when his car crossed the center line and hit another car along the Hal Rogers Parkway a week ago today. Judy Pennington Adams, her pregnant granddaughter Tiffany, Tiffany's son Kyson, and a family friend, Charlene Lewis, were all killed in that crash. The National Weather Service now confirms an EF1 tornado caused damage in Pendleton County this week. The tornado flipped over a mobile home near Butler on Wednesday night. 3 people were inside at the time. They were rescued and only had minor injuries. One of the people inside told us what he saw.
I was looking out the kitchen window, looking at the trees to see how bad the wind was blowing, and it wasn't all that bad. But then all of a sudden I felt the house shake, and the next time it shook, it was gone.
A tornado also damaged a nearby church and some barns. More than a dozen dogs rescued from a Laurel County home are now here in Lexington. The dogs arrived at the Lexington Humane Society on Christmas Eve, and they're among nearly 200 dogs rescued from Stephanie Fields' home last week. Fields is the director of the Homeward Bound Animal Rescue Group, and she's now charged with animal cruelty. The Lexington Humane Society is among the organizations who are now working to find homes for the dogs.
Going to be fixed, so either spayed or neutered, vaccinated, up to date on all their vaccinations as of today, and microchipped. So we do put in quite a bit of money to each individual animals.
Workers with the Humane Society say they could use some help caring for the dogs. We have more information about how you can help out at WKYT.com. Investigators say a man kept someone from stealing his truck and even held him for police. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office charged 37-year-old Curtis Brewer with burglary, criminal trespassing, and menacing. Deputies say a homeowner on Slate Lick Road caught Brewer trying to steal his truck. They say the homeowner stopped Brewer and then kept him from leaving before police arrived. Deputies say Brewer also had a warrant out of Knox County. Pope Francis used his Christmas Eve message to say that societies have become intoxicated with consumerism, pleasure, abundance, and wealth. Noting the simplicity of the birth of Jesus, Francis said that excesses have led to a, quote, culture of indifference, which not infrequently turns ruthless, end quote. The lights and music were festive, but some visitors to the Holy Land say there is tension in Bethlehem, the traditional birthplace of Jesus. There were Christians from around the world there on Christmas Eve, and this year's season follows months of deadly attacks and clashes that have killed 20 Israelis and 124 Palestinians. Some firefighters in Harrison County brought Christmas joy to dozens of children. The Barry Volunteer Fire Department threw a Christmas Eve party, and thanks to some generous people, every child left with a toy.
It just can't feel any better. I mean, we were blessed, and of course, God Almighty helped with that. And I think the smile on the children's faces, and that's just pretty much what it's all about.
I think it's great that the community can do something like this for the families of the town and for people to get together as a community and enjoy the Christmas holiday.
The fire department had so many toys donated that all the kids were allowed to pick out more than one toy. Dozens of volunteers are expected to be at the Salvation Army of Lexington today for the annual Christmas Day dinner. Volunteers will help serve food and drinks from noon until 1:30, and they say the meal is a great way to give back to the community.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
That's the sound of an annual tradition. Each holiday season, Dr. Everett McCorvey and the UK Opera Theatre put on the Alltech Celebration of Song. This year it was held at the Square in downtown Lexington. If you want to see it, you can watch an encore presentation today at noon right here on WKYT. WKYT This Morning is just getting started on your Christmas Day. The official sleigh is parked, but FedEx says its trucks will be rolling on Christmas Day.
And active weather is back, and in a big way. Coming up, I'll show you how heavy rain and storms will have a major impact on Christmas Day and for the days to come.